Hello and welcome to the gunsNglory show. You can make that out of one of those water bottles, throw some great stuff in the neck of it, let it dry and it'll hold the birdseed. Drill a couple holes in it to drain it out. Anyway, this is going to be my driveway. Hi. That's a friendly little one that lets me get close. Now it's yelling at me. Anyway, this is my driveway. The other driveway video located along that line over there. Literally that string line with the flags. I'm making mine out of all these rocks. I got most of these things out of that trench for the gas and water line that feeds the garage. All the rocks going around there, them big ones, about that trench. All these, apparently that set off the alarm. I want to be able to travel in here like this. Obviously be able to pull into either bay. Let me grab him. I want to be able to go around this corner like that. Come on, Sir Barks-a-lot. Hey you, come on, Sir Barks-a-lot. Come on, move. Okay, anyway, I want to be able to drive around here like that and either hook around that way or go back out like that. Maybe have a car parked like the Camaro over there where it's not in the way and I don't have to back up anywhere. Or I can pull in, head in that direction, come around, and I can either come back through there if there's a vehicle in the way, for example, or I can come through here and go back around and out in either direction. That right now I got to keep it open for Dean. That's okay. But yeah, these rocks, except for they had a pile of them around this tree here, about 2 layers high. I got a bunch of them out of there. All these come out of here. And I have to get them out of there with shovels and rakes and leather gloves. And I've been putting them in a tote. That one. And I've been taking them and I've been dumping them. You'll probably be able to see it back there. I've been dumping them in that low spot in the middle of the range. And I don't know what to do with this pile over here. Just keep chipping away at it, I suppose. I'll show you how much fun that is briefly. I can tell you what, my back is so sore. I wake up like this kind of hollering every night. Makes my arms go numb. It's painful. And I still go to a chiropractor. I had forgotten to shut the gate from the last load of gravel that I dropped off back there. Making progress to the range too. I got it all marked up. Obviously, I'm going to put the prettiest rocks that I find around my boulder, which is where I sit. I chill out here a lot. It's a good spot. So the nicest ones are coming in around here, and found that one to use for a little table. That's fun. The ones in the inner circle, however, which are, I usually sit that way because they live that way, directly that way in a straight line. I keep these behind me because this was from Waterford and from Davisburg, because when Jessica and I were together, some of it before we had Echo, we wanted to decorate our yard, because when you're broke, hey, you use what you got. And we got a lot of these from Oak Hill Road, and of course over at Oak Ridge. I wound up bringing a whole bunch of them over there because at the trailer park kids were rolling these down the road thinking it was funny, and I didn't. So I just took them over to Oak Ridge, made that place look nice. It already has a stone-faced front. And, you know about the problem with the neighbor. He's stealing a few of these things, and the prosecutor letting him get away with it. Same thing with the boulder. And, so when I moved out of Oak Ridge, you know, I had bought more to fill in over there, and I selected the prettiest ones out of Oak Ridge and brought them over here. I've got about probably that many more left in storage. I might make another ring out of it. I don't know. We'll see. So this is kind of how we fix a driveway. just a little bit at a time. We take the extra dirt that comes out of it, stick it in low spots where you have them. Probably a rock out of that hole. This was just low. If the fence isn't touching the ground like it's not over here, we'll throw a scoop of dirt over there. Fill it up. One thing at a time. So, I guess to show how this works, this isn't going to be a real long video. It's not rocket science, it's rock science. Yes, I made that up on the spot. Pointed shovel will drive through an area like that. If you got a low spot, put it in it. Over there by that fence. I often shove with my hip to save my back. But I pay for it anyway. I don't have a lot of money, but I want this place to look like $1 million. And you cut the hill off that way with the pointed shovel. Okay, we got a good one there. You cut the hill off that way with a pointed shovel. And then when you get it something in the vicinity of what you want it, grab the flat shovel. And there's two ways you can use this thing. And shoving it through isn't going to work. We'll do a little bit. You can shove it through like that. Pick up a couple of them. Get them out of your way. Like that. You can drag it. That's very helpful. Get the corner and flip a rock out like that. This stuff's great. Like that. So much fun to work with. Get back and fill up a hole. Dip up a couple of rocks. Corners are really good for launching those things out of your way. You got to be able to spin it. And what we're doing is we're seeing little pieces of grass here and on over here. And I'm kind of eyeballing it to see how flat I can get it, basically. You can come across like this until you hit something like that, and you got to get up out of your way. Man, what a mess. Anyway, you kind of rough it like that. But as soon as you get back to needing to go through a pile, forget it. I mean, forget it. Kick it through, but that'll stop after you hit a rock. That kind of went through. To my surprise, that's what this is. That's what the point is for. It'll shove through stuff like that. And you come by through with the hard rake, which some of you noticed. I hope that I had upside down. It didn't. I didn't put it that way. It fell off the fence. Upside down means like that. You step on that thing and it can come up and hit you so hard. Yeah, I'm trying to learn to watch my language. Finish off like that. Or if you don't want it to dig and pick up rock like that, flip it over. Like that. It'll expose a few and then lightly drag off the top. And you'll wind up in a pile of aggregate with which you can use your flat shovel again and remove that. I put that in a pile and that's what winds up in the low spots back in the range. It's a lot of work. Probably the easiest way to find a level that's consistent is to cut a path in between your, right through the middle of your pile with a pointed shovel, keeping this level in mind and this level in mind, and then trying to find it in the middle because it disappears somewhere where that trench goes through there. I got it started. Figure I might as well film it. in there. Okay. There. Now get the flat one. Find your level. And then you kind of start coming across, either drag it or push it, doesn't matter. Depends where you want the material. I'd like to actually arc the driveway that way a little bit so it drains. But I had a couple low spots there. Now I'm going to bring it up here because I got it low over there and I need the material over that way. Most of this pile is going to wind up over there. Come through at an angle like this. That'll help to cut your trench. If you come through the pile, you gotta have a pile like this thing 100 feet long. If you were to come through there every 4 or 5 feet, then just remove every section, you can maintain a nice course with it. Whew. Now I've run a shovel since I was a little kid. I could throw you dirt pretty much anywhere I want it, but an interesting thing happens with it when you got that much aggregate in it, gravel, is when you throw it where you want it, the dirt will pretty much land in the hole you want, and the rocks will stay at the top, and you can rake them out later. Hopefully you can see that hit, and them rocks roll out right to the top. Okay, let's get this raked out. Pick a low spot that you want to put your pile in, because later on when you pick up the rocks and put them in the truck, with either by hand or with a pointed shovel, you'll drop the dirt in there and save yourself a little bit of work anyhow. Drag across that surface gently, because this is where we threw the rocks to let the dirt drop. Now when you get the rocks off of it, you just lightly combing it out of there. You ain't digging with it. If it starts to, drop it and back it up. You get close to where you want, flip it upside down. And then finish drag it, and that'll help to drop the high spots into the low spots for you. Go in a couple different directions when you're doing that. Get to a hard spot, that's a high spot. This is a little bit low, I'll add some. If I want to do that now, I guess I can grab it. Now I'm wanting to dig a little bit. And right where I want, I'm going to pull it up. Right before I want it here, I'm going to pull up and let it sort of roll out. That way the dirt drops where I wanted it. What I'm always trying to keep in mind, whether I'm running a rake or a shovel, is I'm trying to keep in mind my level, and if I want to pitch to the driveway, and I'm trying to keep the high spots in mind, knowing that the low spots are going to be a little bit soft having been filled. It'll start a ripple effect if you're not careful. You'll have to mess with it for a while, even when you're finished with all this work. You're going to have to mess with it for a while, especially when doing it by hand. If you want to move some material with a rake, wrap it up like this in your arm. You can pull it around like that quite well. You want, you can come over this way and put it on your shoulder. And you can pull a lot of material with it that way. So, this is our current situation. This is what I got out of the yard so far. It's kind of incredible. That's our pile. I'm just going to see if I can unlatch that thing over there and dump it. Don't know if it'll work or not. I'll give it a shot and see. So park up here for a minute. I don't know. The hook's bothering this thing in this hook. Cool. I don't know if I can unlatch it either. Put tension on it. Might have to stand on it. Like Miley said, it's worked. I suppose I should have taken that tailgate off first. Oh well, we live and learn. I bent something. Oh well. It's okay, like I say, I can fix it. I got a torch. That'll work. I bet I'm gonna get launched towards the end of this, but that's okay. That makes it a whole bunch easier. Give you an idea how heavy that is. Anyway, I'm wasting tape. Pretty much got the heavy rock out of the driveway now. Got to get the humps and bumps out, the high and low spots. I took the truck around it in every different direction you could possibly think of, in and out, whatnot, and I was able to move this in a bit. And I had to move that in a bit over there. This is where the majority rock was, so it's high through there. It's low here. Low where that little pile of rocks were there. I haven't flattened that up yet. I gotta kind of join these two paths together. Getting it there though. Pretty much got the heavy rock out of the driveway now. Gotta get the humps and bumps out, the high and low spots. I took the truck around it in every different direction you could possibly think of, in and out, whatnot, and I was able to move this in a bit. And I had to move that in a bit over there. This is where the majority rock was, so it's high through there. It's low here. Low where that little pile of rocks were there. I haven't flattened that up yet. I gotta kind of join these two paths together. Getting it there though. I can't believe how much rock I got out of this driveway. It's about 8 inches deep right there. Just insane. Well, it helped fill this up. That's something I need. It's been a lot of work and a long week, but I'm racing the clock. Right now it's about, well, it's almost 5:30. It's nearly dark, and it's the 8th of November. For some reason, there isn't any snow here, which is amazing. The locals keep talking about it. If I get a chance, I might put some gravel in here. Just sort of going for a 2-track. I'd imagine I will try to sink in the spring when it's wet. If I ever got a lot of money, I'd probably asphalt this whole thing, but that costs like 30 or 40 grand. Anyhow, I guess that's that. On to the next thing.